Who directly taught you the most, was the most significant in your life?
My elders, my teachers, my parents.
Your
my
parents, like your
ancestors.
grandmother, your parents?
I learned from everybody.
Did they teach you about Jesus Christ?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, so they believed in Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Can we move on? Stop.
Why
I don't want to talk about this no more. Move on. Next question. Next question. Next question, bro. Next question.
Can I ask a question? How much of that do you feel has an effect on you as an individual? Those teachings that came from your grandparents and your mother, your father, in terms of how you interact with others, how you feel about life, how you feel.
Well, good question. But because I'm a Pan-Africanist, I believe in freedom of religion.
But let's stay there. I don't want to. I'm not taking anybody's side.
No. I'm not saying you are.
There's a broader perspective that I.
Right, but I'm answering you, and I'm answering you by saying, because I came into Black consciousness at 9 years old in the 4th grade. I've been a Pan-Africanist since that time. You feel me? That's very early in life. So from the beginning, I never held religion against anyone, and I never forced it. You see what I'm saying? So my issue, for example, many of my Pan-Africanist forefathers were Christian preachers. Henry Highland Garnett, Alexander Crummell, Bishop Henry McNeil Turner, Marcus Garvey was a Christian. You understand that? I'm a descendant of Christian pastors. You understand? So I speak in churches all the time. My issue isn't Christianity, it's the way that it's used. And the reason why religion is not a unifying force is because religion is a very arrogant, presumptive, dictatorial, and chauvinist approach to building a relationship with God that alienates people. Religion alienates. And do you know why religion alienates? Because everybody thinks their way is the only way. It is not comprehensive. It is not open-ended. Christians believe their way is the only way. Muslims believe their way is the only way. Hebrews believe their way is the only way. You can't unify people like that because Africans are so spiritually diverse. We belong to every system. So you can't show up with a Bible and say this is the way it's going to be. You can't show up with a Quran and say this is the way it's going to be. The reason why the Honorable Marcus Garvey was the greatest organizer in modern history, although he was a Christian, his organization was not Christian. It was based on African culture, African consciousness, African religion.
And it failed.
No, it did not fail.
It did.
It did not fail. What do you mean?
It failed.
Marcus Garvey gave the blueprint for the independence of the African continent. He liberated an entire continent ideologically. Now, what has your religion done?
It failed.
What has your religion done comparable to that?
It failed.
What has your religion done comparable to that? And do you hear? It failed. Do you see this? So you get that religious chauvinism, elitism. That's what you got. It failed. He pushing the Bible, but Garvey failed. Give me a break. You've done nothing for the African community.
Burns, she wants to take a break. She wants to pause. Let's pause.
No, I don't want to pause. I want them to pause.
I want to go in another direction. I broke my rules. I don't discuss religion. Do you feel me? Because of these narrow-minded views that religious Black people have. It's not a tool of unity. It's only a tool of division. But the point that I was making is the reason Garvey was the most successful is he's the only one who had the wisdom to say that religion will divide us more than bring us together. And he was a devout Christian. But he knew the religious immaturity of Black people would separate us.
Like your grandparents?
So Garvey kept the UNIA ACL focused on African culture, African consciousness, African liberation.
Think about what you're saying now.
He wants a religious movement. Everybody don't need to follow the Bible. Everybody don't have to follow the Bible. Christianity is only 2,000 years old. Do you know how old we are? African people, modern Africans, been on the planet 250,000 years old. We've been dealing with God for 250,000 years old, and this man wants me to throw out my spiritual heritage and culture and reduce my association with the Most High to a book that he reads that's only 2,000 years old, and it's not even that, because after the so-called crucifixion of Jesus, who we can't even prove existed,
the scriptures are way more
who we can't even prove existed, The Bible wasn't written down for what, 100, 200 years after Christ? So the religion might be 2,000 years old. The Bible might have been with us for what, 1,800 years old? Do you know how ridiculous it would be for a people with 250,000 years of spiritual culture to throw it out to pick up a 2,000-year-old book? That's insanity.
All right, copy. What version, so we can move on?
And you got over 200 or 300 different versions of the Bible. None of them agree on anything. The whole life of Jesus is reduced to 4 Gospels. They know nothing of Jesus from the time he went into Kemet, spiritual center of African people, where he was taught, studied, and groomed into African spirituality. Where was Christ from 7 to 30? Where was he at? Studying traditional African spirituality at the feet of our ancestors. That's where Jesus was. Everything in his Bible was stolen, borrowed, and plagiarized from traditional African spirituality. Why do I need a carbon copy bootleg religion when my ancestors left me the original?
I think that there's a lot of passion that you're both bringing into the conversation from your perspective and from Bigger's perspective. I'm going to offer you my perspective of what I'm looking at from the outside looking in. From the outside looking in, again, Bigger's bringing into, in my opinion, I've always told people that regardless of every single congregation known to man, between Muslims, Catholics, Christians, whoever it is, there's a unification of every single religion that's known to man, which in my opinion translates into respect another human being. I could just condense every single chapter in the Bible, every single chapter in the Quran, every single chapter in
But if that's a point you're making, then that's highlighting another contradiction, because all religions are dictatorial and narrow-minded. They don't respect views of other people. None of them do. Every religion teaches my way is the only way. So when you say every religion believes in that, they may profess it, they don't practice that.
Every religion might profess.
Yeah, they profess, they don't practice that. Religions are not tolerant of beliefs that are not consistent with their own. They're not.
So there isn't an interaction that you would have with a person that's, let's say, a Muslim or regardless of what it is that they're practicing, where they address you in a respectful manner?
Yes, but you can be respectful because both of y'all are human beings. It ain't got nothing to do with the fact that he belongs to this religion and that belongs to...
A lot of those
More people have died in the name of Jesus and Muhammad than any other cause in the history of mankind. Are you aware of that? Let me say that one more time. More people have been killed over Jesus and Muhammad than every other cause of death in human history. How in the hell can religion be a unifying factor?
I feel like when people cannot separate one emotion behind another, that's what a conflict.
I'm coming from another way. You know where I'm coming from? I'm coming from black people are older than Jesus, older than Abraham, older than Noah, older than Muhammad, older than Moses. We're older than all of that. So why we even got to unify through religion, which a lot of us don't believe in because we got our own spiritual system, why we using religion? Use culture.